Seifer Almasy, a name synonymous with ambition, rivalry, and a relentless drive to be seen as special, is a character whose journey is as compelling as it is complex. At the heart of Seifer's narrative lies a profound psychological exploration, a tale where the need to be extraordinary eclipses everything else. In this episode of Typecast, we delve into the deep waters of Seifer's psyche through the prism of the Enneagram. Seifer resonates powerfully with the Enneagram Type 3, the Achiever. This type is characterized by a core fear of being worthless and an all-consuming desire to be admired and valued. For Seifer, this translates into an unyielding quest for recognition, a pursuit that ultimately drives him into the arms of power. But where did this compulsion originate? To understand Seifer, we must first explore the ecosystem that shaped him, the world of Final Fantasy VIII, a tapestry woven with the threads of empires, crystal mythology, and the echoes of war. Seifer's formative years were marked by a rigid class system and the indelible imprint of family legacy, each element conspiring to mold his worldview. This ecosystem trained Seifer's strategy to equate visibility with worth. His every action, every rivalry is an attempt to fortify his fragile sense of self-worth, a survival rule whispered by his shadow self. From the very beginning, Seifer's relationships serve as mirrors to his inner conflicts. Take Squall, for instance, Seifer's greatest rival and unwitting reflection. Their interactions reveal the dual nature of Seifer's motivations, both a testament to his drive to become a hero and a stark reminder of his underlying insecurities. While Squall embodies the stoic, solitary hero archetype, Seifer enacts the role of the brash, bold anti-hero, always positioning himself in opposition to Squall to validate his own existence. Yet not all relationships serve to amplify his wound. Fujin and Raijin, Seifer's loyal companions, offer a different dynamic. They reward his strategies, bolstering his belief in his own narrative. Their unwavering loyalty allows him brief respite from the internalized pressure to prove himself, yet their presence simultaneously shields him from confronting his vulnerabilities, his Achilles heel. As Seifer's story unfolds, his chronological arc is laced with turning points that hinge upon his core motivation, the need to be extraordinary. His alliance with Edea the sorceress is a pivotal moment. Under her influence, Seifer's ambitions find a vessel, and his performance reaches its zenith. Edea, embodying the mentor archetype, seduces Seifer into a perilous dance with power, promising the recognition he so desperately craves. Yet this relationship also mirrors the classic archetype of the shapeshifter, as Edea's intentions shift, revealing the shadow of Seifer's unchecked ambition. In these moments, we witness the tension between Seifer's shadow and potential for growth. When ambition is unchecked, it becomes a double-edged sword, carving a path towards chaos. But what if this energy could be channeled towards self-understanding instead? The Enneagram suggests that when Seifer flexibly engages with his innate gifts, adaptability, charisma, and strategic thinking, rather than being consumed by them, he edges closer to a healthier expression of self. This dance between shadow and growth, between fantasy and selfhood, is the crux of Seifer's journey. As he grapples with his need to be special, we see a character caught in the throes of role fantasy, a narrative that promises significance yet demands a steep price. The allure of power is potent, yet it is only when Seifer confronts his shadow self, when he faces the truth of his motivations, that genuine transformation becomes possible. In the end, Seifer's story is not just one of rivalry or ambition, but a universal narrative about the human condition. It invites us to reflect on our own survival rules, the unconscious patterns we follow to feel worthy and valued. Do we, like Seifer, measure our worth by external validation? Are we driven by an insatiable need for recognition? Or can we find a deeper sense of self-worth, unmoored from the expectations of the world? As we unravel the layers of Seifer Almasy's psyche, his story becomes a mirror, reflecting back on us, prompting introspection. In his quest for power and validation, Seifer invites us to question our own motivations, to consider whether the rules we've lived by are still serving us or holding us captive. In this exploration, we find not just a character study, but a profound opportunity for self-discovery. Seifer's journey is a compelling study in the interplay between ego and essence, between the masks we wear and the authentic self beneath. As he navigates the grand stage of his world, he is continually confronted by the tension between his public persona and his inner reality. This tension is emblematic of the classic hero's journey, where the protagonist must descend into the underworld, his own subconscious, to retrieve what was lost. For Seifer, this descent is both literal and metaphorical, as he ventures deeper into the machinations of power, entangling himself with forces that reflect his own internal chaos. The Enneagram teaches us that Seifer, as a Type 3, is driven by a profound need to be seen as successful and admired. His core fear of being worthless fuels an endless quest for external validation. This fear manifests in his bravado and competitive nature, as if each victory or recognition could stave off the looming shadow of insignificance. Yet, lurking beneath this exterior is an opportunity for profound transformation, the chance to reconnect with his inherent worth, independent of accolades or titles. Throughout the narrative, Seifer encounters several key moments where the mask slips, revealing the vulnerability beneath. One such moment is his confrontation with Squall, a rival whose presence both challenges and mirrors him. Squall represents the shadow Seifer most fears, someone who embodies a different kind of strength, one rooted not in external validation but in an internal sense of purpose. In these interactions, Seifer is faced with a choice: to continue down the path of external conquest or to turn inward to seek the roots of his ambition and the fears that fuel it. Seifer's relationship with Edea further complicates his journey. As the shapeshifter, Edea embodies duality, a maternal figure and a manipulator, offering both guidance and misdirection. This dynamic forces Seifer to confront his own dual nature, the desire to lead and the temptation to dominate. In serving Edea, Seifer hopes to find purpose and identity, yet he is also forced to reckon with the dissonance between his noble intentions and the darker paths he treads. This dissonance is a crucial step in his shadow integration, where he must reconcile the hero he wishes to be with the adversary he risks becoming. As Seifer's story unfolds, we observe a crucial turning point, a moment of potential liberation where self-awareness dawns. This comes not through triumph, but through failure and reflection. The Enneagram highlights this as a pivotal stage for Type 3s, where true growth emerges from acknowledging one's vulnerabilities and limitations. For Seifer, it is in the acceptance of his own imperfection that the potential for genuine strength arises. In the world around him, Seifer's journey mirrors broader themes of society's obsession with success and the masks we wear to fit in. His story challenges us to consider the cost of ambition, to question whether the ladders we climb lead us to fulfillment or further away from ourselves. Through Seifer, we are reminded of the importance of authenticity and the courage it takes to step back from the relentless pursuit of recognition to explore our inner landscapes. The narrative threads of Seifer's life invite us to ponder our own stories. Are we too caught in cycles of striving and proving, driven by a fear of inadequacy? Do we measure our worth through the eyes of others, or can we cultivate a self-assuredness that transcends external affirmations? Seifer's journey is a call to introspection, urging us to consider the stories we tell ourselves and the roles we play in the world's grand stage. In the dance between shadow and light, between the masks and the true self, Seifer Almasy's story becomes a poignant reflection on the human condition. It implores us to seek balance, to integrate the disparate parts of our being, and to find peace in the understanding that true worth lies not in what we achieve, but in who we are. Through Seifer, we are invited to embark on our own journeys of self-discovery, to peel back the layers of ego, and to step into the fullness of our authentic selves. In this quest, we find not only a deeper understanding of Seifer, but a mirror reflecting our path, urging us towards growth and integration.